far corner of Triangle Alley, below the whooshing sound of a sparkling TR-3B, at the edge of a dark forest where lumbering beasts dwell. It's Beyond the Beyond with Tanner Rush.
Beyond the Beyond, Gary McKinnon, NASA and the UFO Coverup. There was a young Scottish boy who never quite fit in. He was gangly and awkward, with a funny accent that the other kids taunted him over. He became isolated from the rest of the group and found solace in exploring the seemingly endless realms of technology in his bedroom. His obsession with computers further distanced himself from his peers, and he began programming, troubleshooting networks, and eventually hacking. Gary McKinnon worked IT-related jobs, but in his spare time, he enjoyed gaining illegal access into some of the most restricted government computer systems in America. You see, Gary was convinced that the U.S. was hiding secrets related to extraterrestrial life and the UFO phenomenon. He breached the walls of NASA, the Army, and the Pentagon, among others, in the years 2001 and 2002, and for a while, he went undetected. When he hacked into military computers, he would often leave taunting messages like, "Your security is crap, UFOs are real, and this is what you get for letting your guard down." In addition, he also changed file names, deleted accounts, and caused systems to crash, which caused disruptions to both NASA and U.S. military operations. While McKinnon's actions were not designed to cause damage, per se, the threat was still being taken very seriously by both organizations. Of course, U.S. security began to try to track where these cyber intrusions were coming from and were able to trace IP addresses leading back to the computers that McKinnon owned. From there, they were able to find stolen files remotely and notified British authorities, who began monitoring McKinnon's activities. Not long after, a raid was performed, and evidence was found on his computers directly linking him to the hacking activities. For many years after that, the U.S. government tried to extradite McKinnon for his crimes, which included stealing military secrets, damaging data, and unauthorized access to computer systems. It was a prolonged battle because McKinnon was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and was clinically depressed to the point where his psychologist believed he might commit suicide. In 2012, the extradition was blocked by the British government for precisely those reasons. Why did Gary McKinnon try to breach the walls of NASA and the U.S. government in the first place? He claimed he was trying to find evidence that the UFO phenomenon was real and that the truth was being hidden from the public. And did he find any? McKinnon claims that there is a Building 8 at NASA headquarters where UFOs are routinely airbrushed out of photos from high-resolution satellite imaging. According to him, he was able to access a computer at this location and take control of it. In one of the files he opened, he saw an image of a large cigar-shaped craft that was taken from above the Earth. With no exact reference point, it was hard to tell the size of it, but it had no visible seams and had geodesic spheres on each side. He claims to have tried to print it, but at the last moment, someone from NASA discovered his presence and he was disconnected. He was able to access a file called non-terrestrial officers, which contained the names and ranks of Air Force officers who McKinnon suggests are not registered anywhere else. There were ship-to-ship transfers listed, but he was not able to see the names of any ships in the files. Perhaps there already is a Space Force, and Gary McKinnon found evidence of this. It's hard to know for sure, as he wasn't able to print or save anything, and if he did, he's never come public with it. The young boy who never fit in may have stumbled onto something he wasn't supposed to see, and almost went to jail for a very, very long time because of it. This seems to be just one more piece of the puzzle, and is the perfect example about what I've long said about the phenomenon. For every question answered, 2 more questions are raised. Have you had an encounter? Message me at BeyondTheBeyond1 on Instagram.